time again. It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC. Time for Magical Mike's Ham Fun Podcast. How's everybody tonight? Nobody's here yet, but that's all right. I'll just talk amongst ourselves. Myself. I went to Hamcation. I hope you guys had a good time. If you went and you found me, great. Thank you very much. I love having all you guys come and see me at Hamcation. It's a lot of fun. Had a slight issue with my gimbal. I could not get that sucker to work right. So I gave up on it. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some pictures of my friends and people I meet, and I'm just going to have a good time and share it. And that's one thing that's really nice about ham radio conventions. I met the guys there from Huntsville. If there's a way I can do it, I want to head up to Huntsville at some point this year. I want to try to get up there to Monsanto and do that. So we'll see if that comes to pass. However, right now, let me do something here. I left this radio on. Shut that down. All right. Right now, what I want to do is I want to share a few pictures, some QRZ stuff, and let's see if we can enjoy ourselves this evening talking about Hamcation. Was there anything you wanted to see at Hamcation other than a suitcase full of $1 million so you could buy whatever satellite rig you want? God, if I had that, I'd have freaking moon bounce going in my backyard and everything. But anyway. So, hey, look it. We got KR4JGD here. And we got Whiskey Bravo 2 YZG. That's Greg. Finally here. Yes, you are. You made it, Greg. Howdy to you too. And we got Roger, Kilo Victor 4 India, who I'm going to be talking about in a second. Saw my buddy Roger from Mount Dora, Florida. All right, Kilo Radio 4 Juliet Gulf Delta. He got his sticker and QSO card from me. Good. I'm glad you got it. I think I was your first satellite contact. I think that's why I sent it to you. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't remember what I had for dinner 10 minutes ago, so don't worry about that. Every time they give me that cognitive test at my doctor's office every year, I get it wrong. So, yeah, I'm no Trump. I'm not perfectly normal. Anyway, check this out. Let me show you this little video real quick. So this is me walking over to the main building, and that's when the gimbal died. That was it. That was when the gimbal died, and you got to see it live. Well, not live, but you got to see it on my channel here tonight. Got it back, kept walking a little further, and it crapped out again, which is par for the course. That's my luck. But this is walking into the main building, which is right there on your right. As a matter of fact, when you walk in that door at that end of the building, right there is where AMSAT was set up. And right to the right of it, on the next aisle, was ARISS was there, which was fun. This is just a cursory look at the the swap meet, which was like acres of stuff. Roger went to the Space Center. Wow, cool for you. Good for you, Roger. Yeah. Yes, I was your first ISS contact. That's right. I remember now. Oh, that was Greg. That was Greg Golden. That was his first ISS contact. And I think I gave him a sticker and I might not have given you a sticker, Greg, but I definitely gave you a QSO card, right? And Roger just enjoyed a couple of days at the Space Center with Bob, Whiskey 7, Sierra, Charlie, Yankee. And Nora, November, Whiskey 7, Charlie, Quebec. And my wife. That was great. There goes the gimbal. It died again. Oh, boy. Yeah, what can I tell you? The gimbal crapped out, and I don't know why. It was fully charged, and I don't know what the problem was there, but we'll get off that now and switch back to this screen. So, anyway, I am about to show you guys a little something, some of the people I met along the way. First, we're gonna go. This guy's my buddy. I like this guy. Ham Radio Prep. Are you familiar with Ham Radio Prep? Yeah. And if you're also familiar with World Radio League, they make the new logging software program. Show you this. This is Jimmy Reed, who has since relocated to Florida. You'll see him a lot of times with POTA Power. And he goes out with them a lot because he lives out that way towards Ocala. So they get out together. Although I did talk to Julie from POTA Power, and they want to do a tour of my shed, of my ham shack. So I'm more than willing to let them do it. I'm looking forward to it. I'll have to clean it up a little bit before I let them in because it's a mess right now. There's only 2 rooms in my house I didn't replace the carpet. One was my magic room. That I'm going to do by myself because I can paint that myself too. It's got a low ceiling. But the rug in there, I got to rip that out. That's not a problem. I can do that. And then put down flooring in there. I'm going to make it another bedroom so more people can stay here then. So Roger went with his brother and sister-in-law. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. Who's calling me a professor? Just because I'm an AMSAT ambassador? I'm not a professor. Believe me, I don't know as much as you think I know. Let's get that music playing softly in the background. All right, so this is Jimmy Reed. If you took ham radio prep courses, he's the teacher. He's the one that teaches the course. So that's really good to see. My phone keeps going to sleep here. Here we go. This is Larry, the loud talking trucker. And if you follow my channel for any length of time, I always tell you about Larry. You get some free brisket at his trailer. At his trailer, but you'll find him in the campground with a giant orange Kenworth tractor from a tractor trailer. So Larry's a generous man. He makes a lot of brisket. He made one set of brisket for one group of guys on Friday night. He made a complete other brisket and also pulled pork for Saturday, and he fed hundreds of people. And he does it for free. He does it out of the goodness of his heart. And he's actually a really nice guy. So, make sure you check out Larry next time you go to, there's Jimmy, there's Larry. And right here, we have 2 people. We got Larry on the left. And if you notice his hat, he took my KO4 PDI sticker and stuck it right on his hat. And next to him is Matt, K2ACD. Let me get that on the screen. Here is... Right here. This is Matt's. Oh no, that's Andrew. I got the wrong one. Let's see. N2BF. This is Jimmy Reed's page. November 4. Bravo Foxtrot Romeo is Jimmy's QRZ. If you want to look him up with his call sign, and then we have Matt K2ACD. Matt, I met on Wires X and. Fireman there. He also likes to do jet skis in the water. Cool. He's practicing. He's obvious. Oh no, that's not a jet ski. That's a kayak in his cold weather gear. Look at that. And there he is as a fireman. That's Matt. That's a beautiful shot of the World Trade Center from a kayak in the Hudson River. It's actually in the bay of the Hudson River going into the ocean. Right there. I guess this is his ham shack. Here's his stuff. Now, if you look at this picture on the right, that's his camper. I love that camper. Literally, he pulls in, gets in the camper, pushes the roof up, goes up about 2 feet, and sleeps in there. He's got everything in there, and you can see the inside of it looks pretty spacious, if you ask me. So, yeah, that's a pretty nice setup he's got there. That's what it looks like when it's shut down. And the picture on the far right is when he opens it up, and he's got antennas out there. Yeah, Matt comes down to Florida on a regular basis because his mom lives down here. Yes, I did meet them after the ARISS program. Yes, I did. Andy Cowley's here. Hey, Andy, welcome aboard, man. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, so thanks for coming, Andy. So we're going over my personal pictures from Hamcation. And so there's Matt. And this is, this guy. This is Mike Whiskey, what is it? Whiskey Alpha 9, Papa India Echo? I think that's it, yeah. I'll check right here. Gee, there's Matt. Case 2 ACD. Let's put in Mike's call. It's Whiskey Alpha 9, Papa India Echo. And we'll get that on the screen. There you go. There is, oh, where'd it go? There it is. That's Mike's QRZ page. And if you know anything about Ham Radio Deluxe, Mike's the owner of Ham Radio Deluxe. And we talked. I didn't do an interview with anybody because I didn't have a working camera. Probably could have figured something out, but I chose not to. Anyway, Mike is the head of Ham Radio Deluxe, and he made a point of telling me to let you guys know the newer version of Ham Radio Deluxe is out of the logbook, that is, and it's free. You can download it for free. Huh? You don't buy subscription to Ham Radio Deluxe. You just use Ham Radio Deluxe. And when you have an issue, you can go and if you need tech support, you could pay $39 and get a year's worth of tech support for that. But you don't have to pay for the program. The program is free. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Slight diversion. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm coming. Goldie's sleeping on a pillow next to me going, where the hell did he go? What's he doing? Anyway, Mike will tell you, you don't have to buy a subscription to Ham Radio Deluxe. I use it. I got fed up with it for a while, and because of some of their tech support, but I went back to it because of all, as complicated as Ham Radio Deluxe can be, of all of the logging programs that I've messed with, Logbook for Old Men, N1MM, what's some of the other ones? Anyway, tried a bunch of them when I was fed up with Ham Radio Deluxe, and I had to go back to Ham Radio Deluxe. It was the easiest to use, and it works great. Someday we'll do another video on it. I talked to Mike. We'll get him on the channel live one night for the podcast, and you could watch him and learn from him. There's tons of stuff. Are the videos the most polished, well-produced videos in the world? No. But if you need something taken care of, they know how to do it. So get in there and try that out. Here we got, this is Jim's page. He's with Ham Radio Deluxe. I'm not Ham Radio Deluxe. World Radio Lead and World Radio League. Oh, and Ham Radio Prep. I have, by the way, the what is it? The code for Ham Radio Deluxe, for Ham Radio Prep no longer works. I have to re-sign up for it. So you can't use it right now, but you will eventually. Let's see. Next we have, KO4PDI. Who's that? That's me. Okay. Oh, this is good. KP3V. KP3V, if you've spoken to him, Rafael from Puerto Rico. I've talked to him many times. I've seen him now twice at Hamcation. Let me get the picture up for you. My phone keeps going to sleep. There's Matt. There's Larry. There's Jim. Mike. Why do I have a picture of that? What? We don't want that. No, we don't want that. Okay. Off the top of my head, I don't know his call sign off the top of my head, but this is Shane. And the gentleman on the right, I don't know him. He was with Shane. And he was there. And Shane used to have Ham Radio Dude was his YouTube channel. And he's since gotten out of that. He doesn't... if you got something you need fixed or you want to know something, you can write to him and he'll do a video on it for you. But he's no longer running Ham Radio Dude. Actually, he is, but he's not doing anything with it right now. And you all know this guy. That's Frank. Good old Frank. Tank Radio. That's Frank. You can see him there. And there's another picture of me and Frank. And this is the ARISS presentation. There you go right there. Nice little setup in the tent. That was good. Yeah, Raphael is he's a good guy from Puerto Rico. And that was BFR. That's him in the middle there talking with the white hat. And this is the other ARISS people. That's Frank Bauer. You've heard Frank Bauer. I've had him on my podcast in the past. We did an interview. One of the first ones I did was with Frank. And that was fun. I feel like such an idiot. I don't remember this guy's name. I think this is... Oh, God. If anybody... help me out. If anybody knows this guy... Yeah, I can't remember his call sign. I think his name's Greg. Oh, here's KP3V again. That's Kilo Papa 3 Victor. You can see this is his page right there we were looking at. And he's from Puerto Rico. I love these little things with the flags. You see all his recent QSOs and stuff. Got all kinds of awards. Good job, Raphael. Good job. Oh, nice antenna. I just want one of those. That's all I need. I'm not going to get one of those. I'm hoping to get a whatchamacallit? Hex beam. I want to get a hex beam. So, yeah. Dude tested now. That's what Sean's page is now. Instead of Ham Radio Dude, it's Dude Tested. Thank you very much for that help there, Don. And we got Kilo Papa 3 Victor. Another one of him. Oh, and here is the man himself. Roger, KP3V, Kilo Papa 3 Victor. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Raphael. Kilo Victor 4 India is Roger. Kilo Victor 4 India. That is him right there. And I think I have his page up here. Yeah, there it is right there. You can see that. This is Roger's page. And there's a picture here with him and Deet. And look at that picture. You see to the right, that's the command building, the command trailer for the Lake County Emergency Management. And in the background, that flatbed is a generator. And in the picture, you see Roger's got the yellow hat on, and Deet has the green hat. That's his buddy. And the two of them are like the satellite specialists at the Lake County Amateur Radio Association. Oh, that's me. You want to look at me. All right, there they are, and here he is again. So thank you, Roger, for all your support. Roger's one of my biggest supporters, and I can't thank him enough. This is Tango India 3 Golf Bravo. Tango India 3 Golf Bravo. Off the top of your head, everybody know what that is? Tango India 3 TI3 Golf Bravo. I'll show you his page. This is my man Greg from Costa Rica. This is his page on QRZ, TI3GB. Great stuff over here. And I got to hang out with him for a while. Look at that. He's in Costa Rica, and he's a member of the Long Island CW Club. I got to learn CW. I got a guy here in the club here wants me to learn CW. That's another picture of me and him. There's my radio. Dial pad. That's the Daytona 500. You don't want to see that. Okay, so you've worked Costa Rica on 160 meters. That's great. I actually can run 160 meters here. Yeah, there's the Daytona 500. I had that on there. All right, so that's everybody I met. The nice thing was Greg from Costa Rica, we had a nice conversation. It was on the last day. I was getting ready to leave. And he says, do you like coffee? I said, yeah. He gave me a bag of Costa Rican coffee. Oh, my God. Hey, he's in the room. Hey. Oh, no, that's TI2GBB. Who's TI2GBB? 73 Mike D TI3 GBB. Oh, wait a minute. Did he get a new call sign? TI3 GBB. Who's that? That's, you typed wrong. It's TI2 GB, right? Isn't that what I typed in there? Oh, it's TI3 GB. Somebody typed TI2 GB. You just arrived. Oh, TI2 GB. Oh, I had an extra B there. Duh. TI. No, I had it right. TI3 GB. That's his call sign. Oh, all right. Well, anyway. Andy's saying hi to everybody. Way to go, Andy. Andy, thank you for coming by. You're such a supporter. I appreciate everything. So the gimbal died on me, so that as a result, I couldn't do videos. But I did a lot of still images, and I'm still haven't taken the gimbal out of its package to see if I can fix it or figure out what was wrong with it. But something was wrong. But I had a really great time. I never got to talk to Ray Novak, and wouldn't you know it, I posted these pictures on Facebook, and he commented, I didn't make the cut. So I took a picture of my 7610 and sent it to him. I said, yeah, but I was coming home to this. He was very happy about that. Yeah, well, we can make contact. Oh, it was great to meet you. What happened with the coffee? I love it. I'm giving your coffee 5 stars. Your coffee is delicious. TI2 GB. Wait a minute. Greg. Oh, Greg, you were the guy I didn't know who you were in the picture. Duh. But yeah, that's 2 guys from Costa Rica I met while I was there. And TI3 GB manages this page. All right, I'm completely confused, Greg. I'm completely confused. I hope we can make a contact on the satellites too. Definitely. Definitely. I love making contacts with people I meet in person because then it even makes it better. One of the last astronaut that I got on the International Space Station, Mike Fink, and I had the pleasure of meeting Mike 2 years ago down at Kennedy Space Center. It was the Symposium for Amateur Radio on the International Space Station, ARISS. And I met him and only talked briefly, got a picture with him, and that was it. But to know that I met him and I also talked to him on the ISS, that was pretty cool. Right before he came home. And I heard rumor that he had a kidney stone, and that's why he was coming back early. Not sure about that Crew 11, if that's true. I'm not saying it is, and I'm not spreading rumors. I'm just telling you that's a rumor I heard, but I don't know if it's true. Oh, okay. Well, get a new hat, Greg. I was strictly going by the hat you were wearing. That's what I thought your call sign was. Anyway, so that was it. That was, this is funny. So you know I have stickers. And what did I say? I said, anybody meets me at Hamcation, you get a sticker. These are the stickers. This is what they look like. I just had a ton of them. I had a ton of them printed in a little plastic bag on my kitchen counter, and I got to the hotel, and I realized I didn't have them. And I was like, son of a gun. So Thursday is when I arrived, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, well, if I go home, it's an hour and 20 minutes. I come back, it's an hour and 20 minutes. So it's a little less than 3 hours. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Should be a piece of cake. I left Hamcation at 3 in the afternoon. I got back to my hotel at 8 o'clock at night. Oh, my God. I was so frustrated. There was so much traffic on I-4. I'll never do that again. You'll just all have to live without a sticker next time. I am 71 years old, going on 72 in September. Friday, I'm getting a cataract operated on. I'm starting to feel old. I'm trying to lose weight and get a little healthier, but I also have AFib, so I get very tired. And I'll be fine once everything's all fixed. But in the meantime, I'm like, I'm weak. I don't have the stamina I had when I put my tower up, because I could walk up and down my backyard 100 times, a big steep hill, no problem. But now I go up and down that hill twice, and I got to sit down and chill for a minute because of the atrial fibrillation or arterial or whatever it is, AFib for short. Anyway, they say, oh, you can put your fingers on your phone and find out if you have AFib. You don't buy that stuff. You could just listen to your pulse and you could feel it. It's when you get extra beats to your heart. And I saw my doctor today again, my endocrinologist. She's going to change my meds for my diabetes. Excuse me. And she's also going to get me, I'm getting to a new cardiologist because I want to take care of this AFib now while I can, and before it gets too late, because I do find it making me really super tired. Even when I take the dog for a walk, I walk down the street and I walk back and I'm wiped out. I got to sit down for 15, 20 minutes and catch my breath. So that's what happens. You get old. It's better than not getting old and just dying young. So I'm happy with that. But I got to take care of all this stuff. So I was at the doctor today, the endocrinologist. Friday, I get the operation on my left eye. So I'll be able to see out of my left eye in a couple of days without glasses. I might just pop the glass out because they're not going to get me back in. They're not going to get me back in for a while, for 3 months now. All right. I hope one day we can make a contact with an astronaut. Normally, they're not active over Central America, unfortunately. Well, I will tell you this. They do a lot of school contacts. If you subscribe to the ARISS page on Facebook, or you go to their page, they give you a list of times they're going to be doing school contacts. That's one of the things the astronauts love to do. Dear sir, how do you crap in space? That's what the kids ask, questions like that, you know? What kind of food do you eat? Do you cook your food? Do you do... Oh, my God, it's such great questions these kids ask. Because they're not coming from a like me, I would ask them, anybody ever have sex in space? That's what I would ask, but I'd probably make them all laugh. But kids are really innocent and nice, and they're curious. And the best part about these things is to get on there. This is why, if you have the ability to support ARISS with a donation, I try to send them at least $100 a year, because they're doing yeoman's work. They're the only people doing this, and they are working to get Axiom Space to put radios on their space station when they build it. They're trying to get it on the Chinese space station. They're trying to get amateur radio. So they're working on getting it everywhere. And pretty soon you'll be able to do that. It'll be really cool. What do we got here? Roger's saying, right now your sticker is now affixed to my 9700 POTA Go box for portable satellite operation. Well, that's really cool, Roger. I made it onto your Go box. I am moved and touched by that. So thank you very much. Anybody ever want to know about satellites? If you have suggestions for me to do a video, give them to me. I want to hear what you need, what you want to know. Andy Cowley, what do you want me to do? You know your stuff. So Andy's a great guy. Andy, I knew I was famous when Andy started following me. That was when I knew I made it. So I would like to go to Huntsville Hamfest. That would be really cool if I can make it. I'm not sure I can drive that far. We'll see if I get my heart taken care of before August. If I do, there's a possibility I get my stamina back and I'll be able to do it. If not, the money is not the worst thing. I can figure that out. But as far as that goes, I mean, I would love to go to Huntsville. That was the first Hamfest I ever went to, and I fell in love with it. And I was having a nice conversation with the gentleman who runs it now, and at Hamcation, I got to see Chris from Buddy Pole. Buddy Pole has a new mini hex beam portable, so check that out. Oh, here's a question. Do any of my friends use StarTAC rotor? Oh, what happened with the PSR 100? Okay, The PSR 100s together, it works. It's extremely complicated to set up. So if you're going to go out and try to do satellite passes with it, you're not going to go out if you only got one pass or even two passes. You want to go out where over a period of a couple of hours you can get 3 or 4 passes. It takes probably an hour to set up. Not because of anything that's wrong with the PSR 100. It's just a lot of stuff. You got to bring a 9700, a battery pack. You got a battery for the PSR 100. You have 2 coax going to your antenna, which you then mount on the PSR 100. Then the PSR 100 connects wirelessly over its own Wi-Fi to the SAT box and to your computer. And the computer, you test it with that. But the SAT box basically controls the PSR 100. The only thing it won't do is do a flip. If you know anything about rotors, they go from here and back to here. But if you're following a satellite from here and it gets to here, now it's got to go all the way around and come back here and continue. So what you got to do is you got to hit the flip switch so that it reverses the PSR 100 so that the PSR 100 can pan the entire pass without having to go around to the other side. Because if it had to go around to the other side, the pass be over by the time it got there. So you have to manually do that. All right? So keep that in mind. I finally got glamping tent in Huntsville, so I will be out there in August. Excellent. I'm happy for you, Don. That's excellent. I saw somewhere that they are activating the crossband repeater on the Chinese space station. Yes, I heard that too. I haven't checked my SAT box to see if let's see if I view all, if it shows. Oh, what the heck is the name of that Chinese space station? I'm trying to remember what it is. What is the name of the Chinese space station? What is it? I could put it on the Geochron too, but I never did it. I think it's let me see. All right, let's look at the Geochron. I'm going there now. Let's turn that off. All right, there's the setup. Let's go to premium. Come on, premium. Ham radio. Those satellites are always at the bottom. We got AMSAT satellites. And they don't show the Chinese space station here. Let's get out of that. Let's go to back one more. I think it's under layers. Yeah. There it is. This is it right here. It's called CSS TIANHE configuration. All right. So let's see if we see QRS be over here. Where is it? It's not here. All right, let's see if CSS is here. Over here. Yes, it is. There it is. All right, we'll add that to the, let's save favorites. Refresh the screen. Yes, thank you. Now that I found it. Here it is right here. Let's click on it. As it loads it, let's see if it has a transponder here. Yes. Oh my God. Look at all the transponders on here. We got a digipeater. We got an imaging thing. We got crew voice. We have FM repeater. Yeah, this is VHF UHF or UHF VHF FM repeater. They got frequencies there. So we'll start listening for that one and see if we can maybe get it. That would be cool. Oh, you can't see the screen right now. Let's go Sat Pass Live. Here it goes. All right, so here, look at all the transponders this thing has. So yeah, they have UHF, VHF, and VHF, UHF. Then they got Crew Voice. Although they'll be talking in Chinese, you won't be able to understand it. But they got 2 FM repeaters, UHF, VHF. So that's up on 70 centimeter, down on 2 meter, or up on 2 meter, down on 70 centimeter. And if you look at the frequencies, let me see, 145, 436. Oh, they're different frequencies. They're not the same frequencies reversed. That means they have 2 separate transponders on there, 2 separate crossband repeaters. All right, KR4JGD, take care, man. You have a great day. Leaving early. I'm going to get out of here soon, too, because the DOG's got to go for another WALK. I'm spelling in front of my dog. Ugh. Anyway, one more walk, and I'm kind of feeling under the weather. I want to chill out for the rest of the evening. Anybody got any questions about all this fun stuff we're talking about? Chinese satellites and all that? Let's go back on the Geocrime, back to the main menu. There you go. They do have the Chinese space station on there, too, that I can track it. And it's cute because it's another set of loopy lines like the space, like the ISS. There was a rocket launch while we were there. Greg, K6EGG, was there. We went to Hooters one night, and I got crab legs. I couldn't believe how good they were. They were absolutely delicious at Hooters. Who knew? He got some kind of chicken wing thing, tons of breading. I hate breaded chicken wings. I like them plain. Yeah, it was a good time. So me and Greg hung out for a while. My good friend Tim, WA3QCV, his brother Bunny, that's his nickname, was there, and he stayed at the same hotel I was at. So we hung out for a little while one night and had a good time. And then Pota Power was there. Oh, and that new chick, Kate. Kate was there, ham radio chick. I have no idea how she got so many. I don't know how she got so many followers on YouTube. She's only been on like a short time, but she got her extra. Oh, I'm jealous. She's brand new and she got her extra. Ugh. How I know that? Because she went on a POTA the next day after the Hamfest was over with Mike, Cade, MRD. Go look at his channel if you want to see that. It was really cool because they took about a half a mile walk and they ended up in the same place they started. So they got there. There was a little pavilion right where they parked. And they said, we don't want to go there. We want to go back in the woods, get away from everybody. So they went back in the woods and followed a trail. They come out of the trail. Oh, look, there's a big clearing. They come out and their car is right there. They came right back to their own car. Go watch that on Mike's channel. You're going to kick it. Follow him. Ham Radio Tube. Go follow Mike. He's a great guy. We don't know when it's going to be active. I also asked about the Tavel satellites. Each satellite is controlled by a different school in Israel. So I don't know what they're waiting for, but they're supposed to turn them on from time to time. So they've been up there a while and they have not turned them on, which bums me out because the Tavel birds are so clear and so crisp. Lunar Gateway. Yeah, that's going to be... I know about Lunar Gateway. They actually canceled the original... they were going to have it where it orbited the moon and then the Earth. And the moon, so it would go between the moon and the Earth like this. So if you wanted to go to the moon, they would have a lander up there to land on the moon, already orbiting around the moon. And then you would get on like a Falcon 9 or something like that and go to the Gateway satellite. And they would get on the Gateway and eventually it would make it back to the moon. They would get off of that and go and dock with where the landing craft is orbiting the moon, and then they would land on the moon. That's one of the plans they came up with. They canceled that plan. Now I believe they're going to have it orbit the moon, and people would fly to it, and then from there take a lander to land on the surface of the moon. So you got that one. You got Blue Origin is working on a lander. You got Musk is working on a lander with Starship. By the way, Starship Flight 12 should be next month. Might be sooner. Might be like right at the beginning of March. It's going to be really intense because they're using the new launch pad. They have a second launch pad they built in Texas, in Boca Chica. They have a second launch pad there. They have a second launch pad they're building at Kennedy Space Center. They have another spot at Kennedy Space Center with 2 launch pads on it. All right? So there'll be 3 Starship launch pads at Kennedy Space Center eventually, probably by the end of 27. And then you'll have 2 in Texas, because what they did was, if you remember the original, IM-2 is working on landers also. Yeah, everybody's working on it. Now that Jared Isaacman is the head of NASA, I think we got a better shot at getting something done very quickly. He's got the kind of Musk mindset, except NASA doesn't do the shoot it in the air. If it blows up, we'll find out what went wrong and make it better next time. NASA doesn't do that. They don't play that game. So SLS is supposed to go up in March. They're going to fly beyond the moon, orbit the moon, and then come back to Earth. It takes 3 days to get there, 3 days to get back. A couple of days they'll be in orbit around the Earth and the moon. Really interesting stuff. I hope they put a radio on that thing. That would be cool. I don't think they have one, though, for SLS. And they're not going to add it now. The rocket's already on the launch pad, ready to go. They were just working on ground issues, which is the bane of NASA. NASA has this rocket 2 years ago was the last time it flew. And they had a hydrogen leak at the launch pad. So it wasn't the rocket itself. It was at the launch pad. Well, guess what? Doing the wet dress rehearsal last week, same thing happened. There was so many guys at Hamcation hoping that rocket went up. And Greg went to see the Falcon 9 Crew 12 launch, and he said, it really wasn't that loud. I'm like, no, it's not. Wait till SLS goes up. That's going to be loud. That'll be really loud. That'll rattle the windows in all the homes in Cocoa Beach and Merritt Island. I've seen shuttles go up, and that's going to be just as noisy as the shuttle. Actually, more so. It's got 4 engines instead of 3 and 2 solid rocket boosters. So they will be going up eventually, soon, I hope. And that's it. That's all I got, folks. I didn't do any... Well, I did. Did I do any satellite contacts today? No, I did none. But I'm going to try to get on some more birds as the days go by. We got RS-44 coming up at 7:46 this evening. That is in about an hour, a little over an hour. I might get on that. M0122. Has anybody made contact on that bird? I want to do it. I really do. But I got the Chinese space stations coming up 23-degree pass at 8:01. I might jump on there just to see if it's active. That would be fun. That's it, folks. I got nothing else for tonight. Had a great time at Hamcation. Ate at Hooters one night. The day I came home to get the stickers and go back, I had 2 McDonald's cheeseburgers. That's all I ate when I was out. And then another night. Where did we go the other night? That was Thursday. Friday, me and Greg went to... Oh, the funny thing was the launch of the Crew 12 launch. He went there to watch the launch in the morning, and then he came back to Hamcation, and then he went back to go to Kennedy Space Center. And I felt bad that I would have gone with him, but like I said, with the AFib I've been having and stuff, I don't have the stamina, and I don't want to drag him down and slow him down. So I graciously said, because everything in me loves to take people on tours. When I lived in New Jersey, I would take people to the city all the time, and I'd tell them stories about the buildings, the Chrysler Building, the Flatiron Building, the Woolworth Building. The Woolworth Building's pretty cool. It was right down by the World Trade Center, and that was the first building in New York City with a passenger elevator. How about that? Yeah, people don't know these things, but I love doing that. I love taking people on tours. If you ever come down to Kennedy Space Center and I'm available, I'll take you there, and we'll go, and I'll take you to the expedited tour. I'll take you to the Saturn V building. I'll take you to Gateway. That's one thing that I bummed out that Greg didn't go in there, because they actually have a Falcon 9 booster hanging from the ceiling in that building. They have the Blue Origin capsule. The Blue Origin capsule is actually a ride. You can go in it. They put VR glasses on you, and you could see everything out the windows like they did when they actually flew in the thing. And they give you have a virtual reality ball, like tennis ball, that when you were weightless, it floats, and you could bounce it around with your hands. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, next time, Rome wasn't built in a day. I think he's coming back. He said he's going to try to come back to see the SLS launch. And if he does, I'm going to try to rest up and get over there and take him for a tour and get somebody to watch my dog for the day. Because, She's been kind of lethargic since I got her back. I don't know why. She's mad at me today because I left her home alone for 5 hours when I had to go up to Jacksonville to the doctor. So, yeah, Greg can tell you I'm an awesome tour guide. I gave him a tour. Him and his son came out there, and I gave them a tour at Kennedy Space Center. So, yeah, I love it. I can tell you right now, we're not done yet. We're going to be doing a lot more satellite contacts, and if you guys have questions... Oh, the other thing, I'm going ape over Meshtastic. I got like 8 devices now, all different ones. Some work great, some don't. I'm trying to get these things. I was very impressed with these T1000s, so I have 2 of them. This one is for Mesh Core, and this one is for Meshtastic. But look at these. They're like a credit card. Stick them in your pocket. And everybody that has these, Ham Radio 2.0 talked about these. Jason said these are absolutely fantastic. He loves his. This is what he carries with him on his person 24/7. So if you ever want to get Jason on the Meshtastic, that's where to go. And he's doing the same thing I'm doing, where he's setting one up for Mesh Core and one for Meshtastic. I ordered another solar node that I'm going to set up for Mesh Core, and that's going to go up on my tower also. Had an issue with the tower node the other day where my phone wouldn't connect to it, but all my other nodes still saw it. So I knew it was up and running. I talked to the guys at Spec 5, and they explained to me that sometimes you get a software update on the app or on the device, and they don't both update at the same time, so you can't communicate. But then all of a sudden, it started communicating again. So I'm like, don't have to take down the 47-foot tower to fix it because it started working again. All right. That's it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me. And until we meet again, which may not be that long from now, that far ahead. But God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. Love your family. By the way, today was Ash Wednesday. If you're a Christian and you celebrate Easter in 4 weeks, God bless you. I hope everything's well and God treats you nice. And remember, all things work together for the good to those who love God and are called according to his spirit. All right, Don, 73 to you. Russie, 73 to you too. Man, you have a great day. KO4 PDI, I'll be clear. 73, everybody. Take care.